Alright, what's up, people? Just doing something. Well, my mic fell. Something real. Start over. What's up, people? I'm here doing something completely different from what I usually do. So I'm doing a meme breakdown of a meme I made like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, so if you haven't heard, Kyle Massey's being sued for, trying to get nudes, I think, from a 13-year-old. Something like that. Basically, real creepy pedo stuff. And so I made this very quickly to celebrate the occasion. Celebrate. That's the word I want. Anyways, so what we're gonna do here is just break down what went into it. So, essentially, what I started with was Cory in the house thing I found on Google. So I had a base like of what I'm working off of. You can see it all here. The next thing I did was I made a copy, because in the final version the background doesn't actually appear in there. What I did was I erased the White House from it, so that way there would be like no White House in the actual picture. Because what we're doing is we're replacing the White House with prison, and changing it to Cory in the big house. So I did that, deselected the background so that there's no White House in there. Next, I went on to Google and found a stock photo of a prison. I liked this one the most. It seemed like it would fit my format, so I got that. Did maybe not my best, but tried real hard to get rid of all the sky and make it transparent. So we got that, and that's layered on top of that. Now at this point, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be working with the background, so I need to get another layer to layer on top of this. So what I did was I duplicated the duplicate layer, and then if I can take all this out, I started erasing the parts where I wanted the prison to be visible, because this layer is going on top of the other layer. It's going on top of the prison. So I erased out all of the stuff that I wanted the prison to be visible over, so that way, so that way we got that, and then the background behind it would have all the sky and stuff. So that's how we get there. And that's really the most complicated part of this entire edit. Then I just, this was like the last thing I did, but I found a barbed wire, like clip art, and put it in through there, just above the prison, but below this, so you can see it sort of looks like that. The next things I did were I got text for it. So I tried my best to emulate the Cory in the House font, but clearly it's not perfect, because I'm not perfect. I probably could have used bevel instead of inner shadow to do it differently, but got the outer glow on there, so that's got the white outer glow. It's sort of overlapping, but I don't care that much about whether or not it's overlapping. I just don't. So got the big there, it's got inner shadow, it's got a 1 pixel brown, or not brown, black stroke around it, and I used the eyedropper tool to grab the color from it. You can see if I can yoink this over onto my monitor. It's like all right here. Stroke, inner shadow, outer glow. You can see what I did there if you pause the video. The next thing I did was I went down here. So as you can see, there's this blurred out section. What I did was I used a combination of the content aware move tool, which, like, if I can just demonstrate it, you like grab something, then the patch tool. I'm not allowed to do that on a text layer, that's why it's not working. Let me try that again. Grab that, so we got that, and then I grab the patch tool, and I can move it around to grab different parts of the image to fill in the gaps. What I did was I grabbed a piece, no, what did I do? This is the first time I've used that tool, like, for a Photoshop edit, so it's a little messy. But what I did was I grabbed, like, this patch of grass. You can... Nope. You can sort of see the same little blur there that I moved down here, and I just dragged it down. So that covered up that. what I did was I grabbed impact font, because why not? It's sort of matched. Nope, stop. I grabbed impact font, and I made the get arrested thing, but what I also did was I made the layer 60% opacity, so that way it would sort of match the way the text was blended with the green. I think I should have put a black drop shadow in. I think the text says that, and I might do that after the fact, but I didn't notice it then. I just noticed it now. So yeah, that's basically, that's the text work. And then the last thing was getting Kyle Massey's head, as he is now, on top of Cory. And so what I did was I just, let me pull up the photo. Y'all don't need to see what I got in there. I just pulled up that photo of Kyle Massey, dragged it in here, got rid of his body, carefully tried to erase around his head, and as it turned out, it was more or less a perfect fit, so I just tilted the angle slightly and put it on top of him. And that took me about half an hour, I think. And that's how we get Cory in the big house. Yeah. Shoutouts once again to Rogue Metroid for sharing the news story about this with our group, so that way I could make a meme about it. Alright, I'll post it on my Twitter, I guess, if people want it. Just seems like the thing to do. Anyways, I'll see you all next time for whatever I do next. Probably something else meme.